Where information is power. The views and opinions of the guest and host you hear are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or advertisers.
Yeah. Radio.
Yeah, boy.
It's your boy RJ.
It's your girl, Lady Merc in the house.
And this is DJ Carell.
H.A.N.D Radio is brought to you by Earn Not Giving Entertainment, where we cultivate minds through intellectual discussion on important issues that affect the community. Yeah. What's up, people?
What's up?
What's going on,
Lady Merc.
No daily,
How
no
you doing,
doubt.
Lady Merc?
Hey.
Lady Merc is always turned up.
Yeah,
Every
that's
single
what I
day.
do.
Every single day.
That's
We
what I
like
do.
that energy, though. We need that over here at Hand
It's a
Radio.
party.
Because we both mellow, and she's just the outgoing, exciting,
Turn up.
turn up game.
Turn up.
Straight up.
So, Lady Merc, what's going on in the news, man?
Man, so I don't know if you guys been keeping up, but between 2008 and 2009, a handful of officers took advantage of many citizens by robbing them, taking advantage of their authority, and some officers even came out and confessed that they pled guilty, like Gondo confessed that he was guilty of doing these, taking advantage of these citizens. And now 2 more officers refused to testify. Sean Suter, he also died last year. If you guys remember, November 17th, he died last year right before he was supposed to testify against the police officer who was involved, because he also was involved in the harassment and taking advantage of the citizen. So now it's up to these other 2 officers to confess, and they refuse. And I'm like, that's just crazy to me, because it's like justice not going to get solved. They're just not going to have any answer for this case. They're just going to let it roll over like all these other cases, and it's just a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a problem.
Man.
You're right about that.
The city.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
So, in world news, a Russian pilot blew himself up, and it's crazy to me because he blew himself up in Syria because he wanted to get back. He's like, this is for my guys. Throw the grenade, and boom. And, it was crazy. So, Russia called him a hero, and Syria getting ready to attack. So, I'm like, yo, this war.
That's what it takes to be a hero.
If that's what it takes to not get captured, throw a grenade.
Wow. I'd rather be out of that.
I don't think he really thought that one through.
Yeah, I mean, he said it was for his guys, so he did it for his people.
For his guys, for his homies.
One time for his homies.
That's just wrong.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Hey, look. Yeah. So, in entertainment news, he's back. That's my show. Yo, who don't love Martin?
I did see that on IG. They took the picture. It was
Pam and
Tisha.
He brought the whole crew back.
Yeah.
Right. Hold up. Call
Tommy.
Anthony Payne, who played as Cole, is not coming back.
Cole's not coming back.
Cole's
What?
not coming back. That's word on the street.
Money, boy.
Tommy
No,
back.
It's like, I'm joking.
Nah, but he
might
said,
not
look,
need it.
he expressed that although they play a buddy character on TV, on real life, they did not get along.
But what's
Cole
crazy,
said that Martin was really dealing with a lot of demons, and I think that's like one of the reasons why Tisha filed that lawsuit.
it could be true, but what I've seen so far is that they got over that. That was old. That was in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? We in the
these things still fester though.
Yeah. Sometimes. But when you're trying to get something like Martin that's so big, it's like, yo, let's just do it.
I just hope if they do it, I want him to still play every single character. You know how many characters Martin played?
He got a little bit.
And Martin,
But shout out to the acting though, because a lot of times it comes off on the screen. Me being director and all those things like that. Shout out to them not letting us know and letting us in their real world. They're really doing great acting.
Right.
I've got some actors and actresses who don't get along, and I tell them, look, cut, 'cause this shows.
Right.
You know, we need to show that we're getting along here.
Right.
We're acting.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
artistry.
But without Cole and Tommy, man, I don't know if the show's gonna be the same as it was.
Yeah, rest in peace to Tommy, man.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Tommy,
Rest in
for
peace,
sure.
Tommy.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
But
We'll
you know
see.
you would love to see Martin again.
I'm
on
going to see
TV.
it. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch
Why
it
not?
Black
Got
support.
to.
We still watching reruns.
every day.
Well, they classics, though. You can't beat the classics.
One's a funny guy.
Exactly.
So what's up with the jobs, DJ Carell?
Yeah. So first off, we have a restaurant GM position at IL Creations in Greenbelt, Maryland. We have a motor vehicle operator position at Henry M. Jackson Foundation in Bethesda, Maryland. We have a hospital keeper at the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore, Maryland. We have a after-school lead instructor at Echo Adventure in Millersville, Maryland. And last but not least, we have a library assistant 2 position at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. So let's continue to apply for these jobs, people, because I know that we all need a job. So
And also Project Place. It's a homeless shelter community. They having a job fair February 14th.
Yep. Valentine's Day.
3601 Old Frederick Road. Go out there and get you a job. You know, you hear
really
more
great
about
people.
that later on the program. But we got the healthy
Outlook.
Chef Tommy.
Chef it
in the
up.
building.
What's going on, Baltimore? What's going on, Baltimore? Today, healthy tip. We're going to talk about defining a healthy body weight. I mean, that's on a lot of people's minds. Is what is a healthy body weight? I mean, what do I have to be? What's my height and my weight and all these things, and how's it affect my health and having just that mental image of what we want to look like and ourselves. So there's a few tips here about accepting a healthy body weight, like use positive, non-judgmental descriptions of your body. You know, you don't look at your body and then start going off on it. It's all about development. It's all about using some physical activity and then some nutrition concepts, and then putting those two together to get to the ideal you. Let's see. Accept that no magic diets exist. There aren't any magic diets out here. No matter how good they claim they are, you know, they can have you losing 50 pounds in 50 days or something, you know, something astronomical that's not obtainable and it's not healthy. You know, 2 pounds a week is a healthy way of losing weight, but it's for the long term. You're not trying to do it for 6 months. You know, because some are going to be here in, a few more months. No, don't look at it like that. You want to look at it long term. So take your time and accept a healthy body weight. That's basically what we're talking about. Something else about stop dieting to lose weight. That's what we're talking about, right? Adopt a lifestyle of healthy eating and physical activity permanently in your lives.
Right.
It's only going to help us. Right. Quality of life, right?
Right.
That's what it's all about. It's quality of life.
That's what we try to
we here, right?
We preaching that over here.
Yeah. So
Major killer.
Having a better quality of life.
Exactly.
And as you said, you know, keeping a healthy body weight is key.
Yes.
But you can do that by changing how you're eating. You know, portion sizes, portion control.
Yep.
That's the big piece, the portion control, right?
Yeah, man.
Because everything's supersized, you know, right? Supersized. We want these huge plates of food when we can do it and enjoy the food still, but live a more balanced life. That's it. It's very important, folks.
And another thing is, like, even when you're lifting weights, a lot of times you go in there, you try to go out hard in the weight room,
right,
but you don't eat right. So it's like you're killing yourself too.
Yeah.
You working yourself out for nothing, because your diet plays a big important role of how your body looks at the end too.
Yeah. You know, and one thing about our workouts, it's, you know, I always try to tell people about cardio workouts, because that's the muscle we want to keep pumping. We want to keep going. Yeah, I mean, when that muscle fills up with blood, and then it has to make this motion to eject it before it can go all through our systems. You want that thing to work right. You want it to be strong, right? So cardio workouts are best for that. And they make the weight come right on off.
Right.
You sweat it off. You know, you get your heart rate up to like 140.
Yeah.
And you
Let
rock.
go.
And you rock out.
Yo, Tony was rocking. I was about to spit.
I want to share. I want to share. I lost 25 pounds.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, girl.
I gotta tell you.
Okay, girl.
I gotta tell you what I did. I just got undressed, took off my heels, my earrings, took off all my clothes, and there was 25 pounds. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
I like how you did that.
That's pretty good.
But I'm gonna work on it though. I'm gonna work on
How
it.
you did that.
That's what we hear. That's it.
That's good.
So without further ado, we're gonna
Yes.
get right into this topic. We have a special guest in the studio. You know, she is a movie director, an author.
Oh, what else?
So she's a
Everything. Everything.
Entrepreneur.
she's an
all of that.
entrepreneur. She does her thing. The movie Percocet. You know, you
Yeah.
go out see it. You know,
thank
she's
you.
the lady behind the idea and the vision.
Yes.
Miss Teresa Davis, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to H.A.N.D Radio.
Thank you so
Excellent.
much. Thank you. I'm here in the building.
Okay.
Again. I'm in the building again.
You in the house.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing, some of the projects that you're working on as far as Percocet and the book that you wrote. You wrote a couple of books from my understanding, so let's talk about that briefly.
Five
books, okay.
Hey,
Five
kind
books.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that awesome introduction. Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
I've written 5 novels. I've actually written 10, but I only published 5. So I break something off for y'all, you know,
Okay.
here and there.
Okay.
But as Michael K. Williams says, Percocet. Percocet. I just love how he says it. Michael K. Williams say Percocet, and I love how he pulls
Right,
off, you know. But I'm working with Kane Cole.
Okay, Kane
And
Cole.
Shout out.
he is actually
Cole.
a great person to work with. This guy is the tenacity, the drive he has, it matches mine. So we've been working really hard. And people
Okay.
say, when is it going to come out?
Okay.
When is it going to come out? Everybody's excited about when it's going
Right.
to come out. I'm excited.
Right.
So we're at the part now where we're wrapping things up. Really wrapping things up, and I'm excited about that. What we want to do is cause awareness. We want to perpetuate in our cities what change.
Okay.
That's why we named it Percocet, so people can see, you know, what's Percocet about?
Right.
It's about pharmaceutical drugs.
Right.
It's about the illegal use of Percocets and your oxycodines, you know, your promethazines. We're talking about that. We're talking about the youth that's on drugs now. We're talking about change. We're talking
Right.
about schools.
Right.
We're talking about the Freddie Gray situation. Lots of things that happened and that occurred in our city that we put into the film itself.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
I am
good.
excited. I guess you can see I could be able to sit down. I'm excited.
That's
Man,
right.
that's
Everything
amazing.
wrapped into one, man.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like.
Exactly, man.
Wow.
Shout out to you.
So
Thank you.
So how so tell us about the process, the creative process it takes to get into doing something like movie directing and writing a book. What is the creative process like for you?
Oh man, it takes a lot. I'm gonna tell you what my experiences are. Working with Baltimore City mainly. I work with Baltimore City mainly, but I do work with other states. Shout out to New York, DC, Connecticut, Jersey.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
shout out to Jersey. I can't forget you guys. But we do concentrate more in Baltimore because it's our city.
Right.
It's where
Right.
we're from.
Right.
Working with people in Baltimore, I learned that some are lazy. Some don't have the drive. Some don't have the tenacity. Some don't have that push. And then others they are filled with that. They want that. They're ready to go out and act. They're ready
Right.
to go out and do a project.
Right.
And they get so excited they want to do their own project.
Right.
So with that being said, it's tough.
Right.
It's tough to get under someone and put that fire under them.
Yeah.
I find myself cooking for other people. Like
Right,
I'm
right.
getting that heat under
Right,
me.
right.
You know? You know what I'm saying? He's a
Yeah,
chef,
you're
you know
right,
what I
you
mean?
know I know.
So
For
I'm
sure.
trying to get them stirred up sometimes. And sometimes that can be tough. Now, when someone of another color comes into play, I kid you not, it's like a snowball. They just run
Right.
because they're of another color. They just excited about it. They're like a
Right.
rocket on their back.
Right.
But when it comes down to us of the same color, we tend to drag. We tend to take our time. We
Okay.
tend to stagnate, if you will. I don't like that.
So let's get into this topic. We're talking about black-owned media companies, and one of the things that I was doing my research, it was saying that a lot of times, the reasons why we can't own a lot of black media companies, period, is because we don't have the funding right up off the bat. And a lot of these big-owned corporations, they already have the funding, and they can buy up 2 or 3 radio stations or buy up 2 or 3 television stations because they have that initial funding. So as a media, conglomerate for yourself,
Well, thank you.
How do you feel about black-owned media today in the world?
I feel that we're growing, as such as with you guys.
Okay.
I feel as though we're
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Video.
I feel as though we're naming our own lane.
Right.
We're talking about our own topics.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the subjects that need to be addressed. And as this building, there are other rooms here that are talking about different subjects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can build our own if we all just come together. If we come together as a race, as a culture, we could be so much further than we are.
Right.
We tend to subdivide,
Right.
if I will. You know, if you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
We tend to break down what you may call a clique.
Right.
We get cliquish.
Mm-hmm.
But if we all come together, for instance, I saw a picture with a bunch of rappers. Jay-Z. There was a numerous amount of rappers.
The Rock Nation brunch.
A whole bunch, and it said that no one owned a syndication, but they all had this money.
Right.
And no one owned, like you said, the businesses or banks.
Yeah.
No one owns that, but they all in this picture with $1 million worth of money on each person.
Right.
How does that make sense to you?
It doesn't.
Is the mathematics is that correct?
It's not.
No.
It's not.
We have enough to do our own.
Yeah.
We have our own stories.
Right.
And I believe in telling our own stories the way they are.
Yeah.
When you see me,
if we don't tell them, somebody else is going to tell them.
Yeah,
And they get manipulated.
They're not going to be right.
Yeah.
They're not going to be right.
they get manipulated.
I particularly get frustrated when I try to because my thing is, we always talk about slavery. We always talk about, that's black history in a sense. But to me, it's like we have a history that's
much more.
Yeah.
So much more.
When you look at Egyptian history in movies and film, it doesn't really portray what I really know it to be.
Right.
Not to
And
be off
that's-
track, but speaking of Egyptian, you see what they did with that city? You see how they did that? They made her Caucasian.
Yeah.
As it went on.
Can I turn this around?
Yeah.
I want to see some faces. I wanna see some
Yeah,
faces.
that's what I mean.
Do you see that? You
Yeah.
see what they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They unveiled her
Yeah.
to be Caucasian. Help me out. Somebody talk to me.
I'm just saying, because that goes back to the ownership thing. If we don't have ownership, we can't tell our stories like they're supposed to be told.
Right.
So the person that's telling our stories don't even look like us.
What
So
is this
of course, the person they're gonna make as Nerfiti is gonna be their skin color or
Their images.
who they feel is powerful.
Yeah.
If you go back to
like
the
white
sun,
Jesus.
the sun.
Right.
They worship the sun. They were sun gods. They worship the sun. You know for a fact that Caucasians can't be in the sun about 15 minutes and
Right.
they turn to
Right.
purple.
Right.
How is that? I'm not trying to go all political on you, but I'm trying to figure out how could that be? How could that be when they can't even be in the sun?
Yeah.
We're mainland, so how can that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what's happening to our culture.
Right.
They're changing our culture with the music. They're making our rappers and our singers correlate what they want.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of
When we
Crossover.
have the control.
We have the power.
Yeah.
We have the control. What's happening here?
Yeah.
Keep the crossover.
And a lot of the
Keep it.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying about keeping the crossover. And we've been talking about this in literature in our communities for a long time, because all this stuff was just good enough for us. And then we start selling different products with it, and then it got you know what from there. And that's what we end up with now. It's all commercialized.
Right.
So it's all about the bottom line.
I just wish people of our race and culture would put fire under themselves
Right.
for ourselves.
Right.
Yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
when someone else comes in and say, hey, we need you to do this, we want you to do that. And they look different from us because then,
Right.
this is my break.
Right.
No, your break is sitting in your lap.
Right.
Your break is in front of the mirror. Your break is when you wake up in the morning. That's your break.
Yeah.
Stamp.
Yeah.
You're waiting on someone else to give you a break. I get upset about this.
We can't have this.
Yeah.
We can't have this be ignored for generations to come. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like some of the research that I've had, it reads, while progress is being made, there's still a few African American owned and themed television stations, radio stations,
definitely.
and so with it being Black History Month, we should ensure that this we must recommit ourselves to ensure that Black owned ownership is successful. Make sure that it just needs to survive. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't ignore the situation at all.
No,
Yeah.
we need to point our fingers
Excellent
back at
point.
ourselves.
Yeah, I'm about to
Right.
say, well,
Excellent point.
the
Yeah.
problem is a lot of TV advertising is not going to support.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
You know what I'm saying? They're just not going to support.
But
Then
that's-
they're not going to pick your show to show in other areas and other gentrifications
Right.
and have other
I agree.
ethnicities to be exposed to what
Right.
we're exposed to. But
Right.
no, we have to adapt to what we see of their culture because they're quote unquote powerful. No, you're not. You know.
So you remember one time you never saw a person of color with natural hair on TV, and now they're like bombarding natural hair on TV.
Yeah.
It's the in thing you do now.
Right.
We can make money off of them.
But in jobs,
But they don't see this.
when you wear natural hair,
It's not acceptable.
you get in trouble.
But they don't.
They
They
write
don't
you up.
see
They
what's
write you
happening.
up.
You know
I'm
what
a
I'm saying?
hairstylist
written
by
up.
trade.
Right.
That's my trade.
Right.
I'm a hairstylist.
Right.
At one time, you know, everyone had a perm. Okay, now everyone wants to go natural. Kudos to you. But look at TV though. Look how they subliminally place it in TV. At first, you had to have the curly hair to be on TV.
Right.
It's whatever we're doing, they want to take a part of that culture and they want to monetize it.
They do it.
They're monetizing it where
Right.
we're doing all the work.
Right.
And
Yep.
again, they
Yep.
monetize. The
Right.
rappers. The rappers are talking about
And
what
take
they want them
credit.
to talk about.
Right, yeah.
We want you to
Yeah.
talk about popping pills.
Yeah.
We want you to talk about having sex. We want you to talk about going down on the
Right.
female.
Right.
And that's what we want to hear.
And even now they're taking the masculinity out of the rappers too. They're trying to make them more feminine.
You're wearing a dress, and that's what it's going to be.
You know-
You're going to wear a toupee,
Yep.
damn it, and that's what it's going to be.
Right.
I'm a hairstylist. I see
It's off the
it.
chain. It's off the chain, though.
Yeah.
Look at Young Jock.
But
It's off the chain.
but speaking of black-owned businesses, we're at one right now. Radio
Yeah.
1 is owned by
Shout out.
Kathy.
Shout out.
Shout out to
You
Kathy
know,
Hughes.
No doubt.
Shout out.
Urban One was founded in 1980 by Kathy Hughes, and she was recently divorced, single mother. She purchased it from a Washington, D.C. radio station, WOL AM, for $995,000. She changed the station program format from all music to one of politics and culture from the African American perspective. Hughes purchased another station, WMMJ, in Washington 7 years later, which began to turn a profit. Once she converted it into a rhythm and blues station, this established Radio 1's early strategy of purchasing small, underperforming radio stations in urban markets and refocusing them to serve the demographics of their communities. So we have a successful lady, a successful woman,
Yes.
Miss Kathy Hughes. Salute Kathy Hughes for
Yes.
creating
Shout
this
out.
platform.
Yes.
Because
Definitely.
Yes.
she did take out a big loan. She took a risk because it's
Yeah.
very risky. You know, when you're taking out $1 million loan and you don't know which way, because she was by herself at first. You know, I think her first show was The Quiet Storm, and she started
Quiet
that.
Storm.
You know, and that's still around now.
That's it. Yeah. That's
You
it.
know, and then look at Radio 1 today. So it's like we can do
Awesome.
it. She's a perfect example of what we can do. We put our
Another
minds
good
to it.
example is Oprah.
Oprah Winfrey.
Perfect, yeah.
She got her own network, and somebody was
own.
talking, and I want y'all to answer this, y'all own opinion. Do you think if Oprah ran for president, what will happen? Like, would you vote for Oprah?
I would. I mean, I think that
A black woman
I think
president.
I think that she
I'm
has
just gonna
to.
put that out
I want to
there.
hear what she has to say about issues and what she's really
See
about.
what she believes in was her focus.
Agree.
on.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I
just vote
agree.
because she's a
Right, that's
black
not the
woman
way.
in
They've
America.
been getting
Well,
those wisdoms for a long
That's
time.
That's
what
how Trump
Obama.
did it.
That's what we did with
Right.
Obama.
Right, let's figure out what that person stands for and what
I don't think it
quality
is.
is for that person before you go voting. And that's for anybody.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know.
We just
But-
gotta see what she gonna do.
Right.
Yeah,
If you look on my page, you'll see I salute the Black History people that I see are making it today.
Right.
I don't have anything against what people did in the past. I appreciate that. That paved our way.
Right.
But today needs to be
Right.
exemplified. We need to show exactly what they're doing today. People on my page,
Right.
I just put up a young lady, Beauty Concept. She's working with black women dancing. She's teaching them about being black women and being youths in Baltimore City.
Right.
That's one person I decided to
That's what's
to
up.
do today. And later on, I'm doing 4500. He's in Texas. He's doing things with all the music in Texas. We have to celebrate people that are here to see it today,
Right.
that are working today. They're
Yeah.
making it happen. My actors, they're making it happen today. My
Right.
co-workers, my other people who are filming. There are other people in this city who are filming. The nemesis is everywhere in the city.
Right.
It's everywhere.
And the reason why I love the fact that you're on our show today is because the city gets so much bad rap, so much negative publicity. They
That's
always talk
crazy.
about the murder, they always talk about the crime, but there's so much artistic
Positive.
talent
Oh, wow.
in the city that's in the core of all of that. You know,
Oh, wow.
So it's just so many people struggling and just trying to do the right things artistically.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and I'm glad to have you here.
Well,
Just
thank
to-
you. I had a 15-year-old. She came on my page and she said, "Hey, Miss Teresa, can I be a part of what you're doing?"
Yeah.
She draws. I said, "Oh, okay." She said, "Can you place my drawing throughout your movie somewhere? I can do that for you."
Hey.
She said, "Oh, by the way, I'm looking to start my own business."
Wow.
15.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
Right. That's
Awesome.
all.
Right.
This is what we need here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
But they are our future.
Right. Yeah.
How do you guys say the millennials? How do you say it?
Yeah.
There was next.
And
There was next.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I was reading in the Washington Post, a lady by the name of Miss Span Cooper, she was saying that Broadcasting Corporation said that 90% of her employees were African American. When we are African American owned, the workforce looks like us. So this is a benefit of having black-owned entertainment companies, that you can hire your own. You know. And you don't have to ask permission. You own it.
Yeah.
You know,
You
so
run that
that's
thing.
key.
Yeah.
It's
So
better
you
to be
can
an
hire
owner.
that 15-year-old young lady
Yeah.
because you own that. That movie, that's your idea, that's your concept. Yeah, you could be in my movie. It's my movie.
Yeah. I can make that choice
Right.
and feel good about it because
Right.
she came to me.
Right.
You know, she's
Right.
15 and her
Right.
drawings are beautiful. They're on my
Right.
page. Beautiful.
Right.
You know, so I'll tell you another thing that happened to me. On the way over here, I got a phone call, and they were like, "Well, could I be in your film?" But I'm all the way in New York.
Right.
I'm like, "So you're gonna come to Baltimore?"
3 hours away.
We have people that are here that don't want to come. And the thing about this, I don't like. We are never on time, people.
Yeah.
We got to book on
Gotta
our
be.
time.
Yeah.
You cannot
be.
open
There's
your
so many
store.
opportunities.
You cannot open your store at
Seriously, man.
1:30. You cannot open your store at 2 in the afternoon. Open your store at the time that it's supposed to open.
Yeah.
If it says it on that door,
Right.
let's open our store a little before that time.
And
Yeah.
customer service too.
30 minutes before.
I've been in business for 35 years. I've been self-employed for 35 years, and God has been good to me. And I've been
All the time.
Hold on, say
obedient.
that again.
All the
God's
time.
been good to me.
No, say about the history, the background.
I've been in I was self-published. I have 5 novels I did myself because no one picked me up. Okay, you don't have to pick me up. I'll pick myself up.
What?
I'll put myself on the shelf.
Come on with it.
Here's one right here. I'll put
Come on with
myself out there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta try it yourself.
My
If you don't
goodness.
try it, nobody gonna do it for you. I've been in an entrepreneurship for 35 years. I'll be 50 years old next month.
What?
Okay?
No
Birthday
way.
turn up.
You gotta employ yourself.
Man.
You have to recreate yourself. Every time it gets stagnant or things start to change,
Right.
you create yourself. Because no one's going to create. They'll down you.
Exactly.
They'll hope you fail.
Exactly.
You got something that help cheerlead for you just to be on the cusp. To say, you know what, I did help.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I did
They wanna
push
ride
like.
that wave.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever had someone share something with you and say, can you put this on your page? And you look on their page and you see none of your things on their page?
My
Right.
goodness.
Right.
I'm going to see some faces. I'm going to see some faces.
Like, what are you doing?
You asking me
I
to
be in
share.
agreement.
Right.
You're asking me to share.
Right.
Are we in a relationship to share? Are we in a relationship to push each other? Or we just on the one way?
Yeah.
I've shared millions of things.
Yeah.
But if you look on people's pages,
They don't do
it's
it.
a ghost town. You don't
Right.
see
It's
stuff.
crazy.
Right.
It's really crazy.
And something that you said that was key is that, you know, you didn't get the book deal, you didn't get that, but you went out and did it yourself. And it's that easy. It's like,
Yeah,
yo, you got to
you do
believe
it.
in yourself. You just got to go
Get it done.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I share this story with people all the time. I want to tell this around because I want people to see what I'm saying. I share this story all the time.
Right.
I wrote Holloway Publishing House, and they wrote me back in 2000. And they said, you have something good, keep doing what you're doing. At this point, we're not doing this type of genre. Okay, well, I am.
Right.
Because this is where I'm from. This is my hood.
Right.
I write about what I see.
Right.
Okay, I turn around and I wrote your girl, Oprah Winfrey. She wrote me back with a handwritten letter. I still have it.
Yeah.
That is my push.
Wow.
Right.
That is my drive.
Right.
I'm not going to stop.
Right.
She said, I like what you're doing, but right now we're not. And look what they're doing now. They're dipping into that culture.
Yep.
Yeah,
They got to. You know
Yeah.
why? Because we're pushing in.
Right.
We're moving in.
Yep.
We're knocking on the door.
Ain't nobody.
They
What
gotta give
Tupac
it up.
say? We've been knocking on the door. We're going to kick down the door. Right.
We're coming in.
It's all about
Recipes.
it's all about supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? As black people,
Yeah.
like, let's continue doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
'Cause
what I do see with Oprah, when you said Oprah, is like I do see her supporting Tyler Perry because if you
Yeah.
look on
Yeah.
OWN, he
Yeah.
got about
He got five shows.
Yeah,
And he's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah. But
Yeah,
what I'm saying
absolutely.
is like I felt like Tyler Perry wasn't it like he was going down a little bit, and then it's like a resurgence. Like you know, on I like the network. I
He's
like the
living up to his
programming.
standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's set for life though. I know
That
that.
one, that was that one he got. That black owned. It's an awesome show. What's the name of it? Everybody's watching it right now.
With,
Oh,
what
Tyler
show?
Perry?
Tyler Perry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Has and
Has
has
not.
not. I got
That
it.
is shot so well. That is shot so well.
Right.
Another
Get
one,
me.
another black one, Queen Sugar. shot so well. Shot so well.
Right.
I haven't seen
You
that
know,
one.
and I do those kind of movies. We've done Wrong Shoes Under the Bed. It's a touch piece about a molestation story. I don't just do the drugs, the shoot 'em up, and I also do recovery. Let's get it straight.
Okay.
Hey.
Because there has to be an end to that rainbow. There has to be a circle to that. Full circle.
Right.
I don't just talk about
Right.
street.
Right.
We bring it all together. But we've done Wrong Shoes Under the Bed. There's so many movies we've done, Judgment Day, that aren't about the street.
Right.
We show versatility.
Right.
That's
We can
good.
write about other things.
Hey.
Our city is hurting.
Yeah, man.
for
Right.
sure.
Absolutely.
And
So-
it needs us. It needs us.
Yeah.
So, a quick question for you. So, how is social media? How important is social media towards Black ownership?
Oh man, we need social media. Like social media is the new. I'm gonna turn this around. I want to see some faces, mine. Okay, listen. Social media is the new TV. So those of you who
Yeah,
are watching,
absolutely.
if you're not pushing like, if you're not sharing, you're not helping out your cousin, your auntie, your uncle. Shame on you because it is very powerful.
Right.
When you send your movies off to web series, the first thing they ask you, where is your movie at on social media?
Right.
I'm like, wow, what does it have to do with social media? A lot.
Yeah, you asked that.
How do we find it on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Right.
How do we find it? Where are you streaming live? Where do we find your work?
Right.
That's very important. Me and my partner will tell you, we say, wow, well, we got to put this on. We didn't want to put it on social media at first, but we got to put it on there before we
Yeah.
can get,
Yeah.
before we can put it on the
Because
web.
we in the internet age. These
Yeah.
kids are
Like-
growing up.
People
looking
are
at
tuning in.
internet.
That's
Yeah.
the new TV.
Right. To find
Don't
out
get
the
it twisted.
news, to find out what's going on in the world.
It's the new Fire Stick.
It's social
Yep.
media.
It's the new
Yep.
Fire Stick. It's the new Fox 45. It's the new cable. It's
Right.
the new TV.
Yeah.
And it has to be a part of what you're doing if you're
Right.
going to be successful.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even look at all the stars that are on there.
Yep.
They're lined up on there
Yeah.
because they look good. No, they need you. They need your likes.
And your money.
And likes make people feel good.
Yeah.
Just like when you see a like on the video, you can use your thumb down.
Right.
When I see a thumb down, I'm like, wow. You know,
I
we
want
put a
an
lot of work into
explanation.
it.
Yeah.
Like it should come with an
What I do
explanation. Like
wrong?
why you say thumbs down? Like,
Right.
what was that about?
And it's not always hate though. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you know constructive
Criticism.
criticism is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not always hate, but sometimes it is hate when you leave a thumb down. There's a place for you to write. You can go in there and write in the comments.
Right.
Hey, I like this movie, but I would expect more from this movie, and I would like.
You want somebody to keep it real like that, though.
Yeah.
Not just a thumbs down. You know
Yeah.
what? You know, Poochie. You know,
Right.
we're doing a lot of stuff here in Baltimore.
Right.
Remember
Right.
Poochie?
Right.
Poochie.
Right.
You know, we're doing a lot of things here in Baltimore.
Right.
We work with a lot of people. As this weekend, we're working with. I sent you a flyer for. You know, this weekend we're doing something for the suicide. You know,
Okay.
suicide is a big thing here.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, cyber. You asked me about social media, cyber bullying on social
sir.
media. People killing themselves because something that you wrote, something you said, something you did in
It's
your
so
inbox.
sad.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is. It is.
Suicide is a tough situation, and it's happening to all ages. Just because you see someone smiling, someone happy, doesn't mean they're happy inside.
Yeah.
So tell us where
They front.
the event is, the date, the time.
The event, okay, I'm going to do that when I come off my live. I'm going to tell you the event. I know that it's this weekend. I have it on a flyer. You have the flyer I sent you? Because
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
live now if I go off.
Okay.
But the flyer that I sent you, it's going to be the 11th. I'll be one of the keynote speakers.
Yeah.
I got a lot of things lined up this weekend. We
Okay.
have so much this weekend. We're filming with Reggie Reg's daughter again to do some more of the documentary on Reggie Reg. So we're excited about that, wrapping that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many movies are you doing
That's
right now? Like
Right
two,
now?
2 or 3?
I think three right now, in the middle of 3. But
can I jump in one of them?
Can you read that out?
Can you send me a script for one?
Because my glasses in the car.
Yes, so join us as we raise funds for suicide prevention. The Power of Resilience is a fashion show fundraiser, and it's at Downtown Cultural Arts Center in 401 North Howard Street in Baltimore, Maryland, from 5 to 9 p.m.
Yeah, so it's going to be, is that Ultra Court Center?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to be at Ultra Court Center. I have no clue where I'm going to be. But that's one of the places I'll be this
Arts
weekend.
Concert.
Yes, and it's all about raising funds. There's black women who are putting this on, some black men who are going to put their fashions on in light of saving lives. If you or someone know someone who is suffering from depression,
Yeah.
or on the verge of suicide, it's not always that quiet person. It's not always that introvert. It's sometimes people who put a mask on to be happy,
Yeah.
pretend that they're happy.
Yeah.
To help someone. We want to reach out and help someone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And cyberbullying is not cool.
Yeah,
It happens.
Stop bullying.
If you're in charge of someone, if you have a job and you're in charge, you're the boss, don't use that power to make someone's life miserable.
Right. Please.
Don't use that power. You better be here on time or you're fired. This is it. You know, come on. Your ass wrong.
That's how they say.
Don't do the P. Diddy on them. Jump through hoops. Give me a donut. Give me some juice.
Right.
Don't do that because you don't know that
Go
breaking
give me some
point.
cheesecake.
Right. And when that person comes to work with the AK and starts spraying the building, you wonder what just happened.
And it happens.
Yeah.
You never know what a person is going through.
No.
You just never know.
No.
So
but I thank you guys for
No
having me.
problem. So for our listeners, go ahead. No, you got.
I about to say, where can people find you at? Can you send me a script for real? Because I definitely want to be in one of your movies.
We just have a fresh hot one. Guns Don't Play.
Girl,
My
I could be
partner wrote
little
it.
left eye. You know what I'm saying?
Little left eye.
She will
My
be the
dear
one.
daughter, how you trying to act?
Let me let y'all see
How
that.
you trying to act? Let me get on the movie. Chitty bang bang. How you
got
trying to act?
I want to share something with you. We'd love to have you. Do y'all know
man.
Squirrel Y came in and played in Percocet?
Hey.
He
No.
came in. Yes,
I didn't know.
An awesome
Shout out to
job.
Squirrel.
Okay.
Yes.
Think
Yes.
you over there right
Hey.
now?
Yes. We would love to have
Right
you.
next to
Hey.
send me.
We got a new
I'ma call
script.
you.
Oh, we
I'm
got
just
a
gonna
hot
call
one.
you.
Hot one.
Don't worry
Guns
about it.
don't play.
Say less,
And it's
say
about
less.
awareness.
So when y'all want to get somebody off the movie, do y'all like take them out? Like they die, their character die in the movie?
Oh, you mean like remove them out?
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes we shoot people parts over if they're not conducive to what we're doing.
Okay.
It happens in real movies. Check about Tupac when he was going to be in Menace to Society and he went in there act like a menace,
Right.
and they menaced him right on out the door.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Yeah,
Out of control.
You
yeah.
don't want to lose your opportunity.
Shout
man.
out.
So yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me.
But yeah, so before you go, I just want you to give our listeners, like, because you do a lot, some advice about, you know, what it takes to do the things that you're doing, like the process from to movie director, write a book. Like, tell them about that work that you had to put in to get
Okay,
there.
I can wrap it up real quick
Yeah.
for you because I know we have other guests, and I'm dying to see what this guy right here has to say. Okay, for me, I sat down and I found my space. A lot of stuff I did during a total capsize of my life. I was going through a huge divorce, and I did the movies, I did some of the films. People don't realize what I was going through. Channel something, take that and challenge something. Channel it to something good. Find your space, find what you want to do, write things down. If I find that when I write things down, I tend to do them more. Have a checklist. Check off what you've done and put a star beside what's a little bit harder to do. Allow yourself time to do the things you have to do. Don't rush to do these things. Don't gauge yourself on someone else's your success or whatever they're doing, their movement. You know, only compete with yourself. I have a video on my page. If you go to Teresa Davis YouTube page, it's a video and it's me just talking about competing with myself. You know, I don't want to have to gauge myself with you because you're different from me. You're gonna move different. You may be slower, you may be faster, but it's all about self at this time. When you put those blinders on and you look forward and you don't look beside you to see what anyone else is doing, and people say, you know, you need to see what somebody's doing. No, I don't. I need to see what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I need to see where I am in life. And if you give out, you know, genuine advice to people and genuine happiness, genuine concerns and genuine salutations, you'll feel better about yourself. It's okay to say, man, you're doing it.
Right.
Dude or sweetheart, you've done it. I love that. You know, it's okay for your peers to do better than you.
Yeah.
It's okay for you to exalt and be happy for them.
Yeah.
We have to stop this hate thing. This hate thing is what's slowing us down. Hating on one another.
God.
Hating on her because she dressed like this or he dressed like that. Hating on where he drives. Hating on where he lives. Let's stop that hate, people. That's my advice to you. And you can do anything you want. As far as writing novels, people come in my inbox all the time and ask me, if you don't sit down and write it, it's not going to work.
All
Write
right.
it. You got to write it out.
Hey, man. Thank you, Miss Davis. You
Thank
came,
you, man.
Definitely dropped some jewels.
Thank you.
We're thankful to have you on our show, and we will look forward to Percocet.
Thank you so much.
And we're gonna cop them books up.
They got it.
Yeah.
Go grab a book.
Hey, this
Yeah.
one's for you.
Hey.
Oh,
You
man.
guys pass it around.
No, I'm gonna take a picture with it. Like,
We about to take a quick commercial break. It's your boy RG,
it's your girl, Lady Merc.
And this is DJ Carell.
and we'll be right back.
I want to thank everybody.
Lady Merc in the house. What up, world? Project Place is a non-profit housing first agency and is hosting the job fair on Valentine's Day, Wednesday, February 14, 2018, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. All job seekers are welcome to attend. Companies are hiring for warehouse associate to healthcare professionals, hospitality, security, transportation, food service, and manufacturing. All qualified candidates will get interviewed on the spot.
Yeah.
The address is 3601 Old Frederick Road. For more information, 410-837-1400, extension 153, or 443-467-1619. Hope to see you there at the job fair.
Essential Water is the pioneer of supercharged ionized alkaline water that is better for rehydration. Essential removes bitter tasting acidic ions, producing a clean and smooth tasting 9.5 pH. Essential overachieving H2O.
Yeah. Blueprint 3 in the morning.
Yo, welcome back to H.A.N.D Radio with your boy RG.
It's your girl, Lady Merc in the house.
And this is DJ Carell.
And y'all know what time it is.
We already know what time it is. The moment of the spotlight. You dig?
Yeah.
Yo.
Go ahead.
Yo, my man, I thought you were about to say something. I thought you were about to say something. My bad. So, yeah, welcome to Moment of the Spotlight. Every single week we do this, bring an artist to the stage, and we introduce them, have an interview. And today we got my man, D-Skills.
What's up? What's going on?
What's going
How
on,
you feel, man?
Morgan
I feel
State.
great, man.
Man, thank you for coming. We're glad to have you. Shout out for you being here. So I want you to introduce this track that my man Tony about to put on for us.
All right, well, I'm D-Skills Hash from Down by Law. I'm an MC. I also produce for other people. I got my homeboys in here with me.
Hey, gang.
Tajay Christopher. It's like 14 of us, but we ain't bring the whole squad in here.
Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I don't think we would have
Mainly, I make
over
what,
capacity.
to describe the songs, I make what people would call real hip hop. I make like mostly 90s based boom bap, sample based type hip hop, more like
That's what's
old
up.
school. I just feel like MC, you should move the crowd, but you should also be saying something while you're doing it. So that's where I'm coming from with it.
Nice.
Hey, so
Hey yo.
Down by law, gotta be the raw, smartest, hardest working artist, bringing parts in the opposite of the nonsense. Cellar dweller mixed with helter skelter, plus we conscious. I'm tired of hand holding, we don't have to get along with co-workers. I'm not being paid extra to be a soul searcher. I supply truth as if my first name is Sojourner. The flow pit, if you catch my drift, it's a slow burner. This the intro, more realness if you go further. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Swear he on the throne, but he can barely hold his own. Watch your tone before I expose that you're soft as scones and bagels. Skills are skilled, multitasking, conducting truth tables. As I kick a new fable, I'm not Aesop, I'm past that. I passed the test, many assumed that I wouldn't, though they said I had no shot. So I passed it like Ricky Rubio, better yet Rondo to Ray Allen. I don't know what the future holds, but we got talent. 1, 2, I don't know. I don't know. 1, 2, I don't know. I don't know. 1, 2, I don't know. I don't know. 1, 2, wanna know why the flow's so unique. I'm not the R, so please don't sweat the technique. My skill been infinite for a minute. It won't diminish. If it ever decrease, I will replenish it. I never started.
I don't know. Hey.
That was dope, man.
I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like that.
Excellent.
You was talking about the background for the beat. Where did you get the beat from again?
Oh, so my homeboy Davon, aka DMD, he's a rapper, singer / producer from Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay.
And we've been collaborating for 2-3 years now. Mainly he's my main producer, so he know what I like to rap on. So it's like I don't go through. He makes like 10, 12 beats a day. I don't really go through his beats or pick them out. He just send what he know I'ma mess with.
Right.
Wow.
We got that like
Connection.
premier guru type connection.
Hey.
There it is.
So this Down by Law hip hop collective group. Talk to me about it. How
Okay.
long did you start it? What was the
We
inspiration?
started in Coppin Academy High School.
Okay.
So what happened was I transferred from Friends School of Baltimore to Coppin Academy, and people started hearing about me because we was freestyling at lunch and after school, and I was battling and different things like that. And then through friends that I gained there, I started meeting more rappers, and then we connected on the friend level first, then started making music together. But DBL, or Down by Law, it's a term, well, I got it from the movie Wild Style. It's a very important hip-hop movie, and also MC Shane had an album called Down by Law, so I was like, we gonna bring that old school but add something new to it, and that's how we rocking with it. So that's where DBL came from. And it's 14 of us, some of us here, some of us moved from New York to North Carolina, and we connected to other groups also. So
And y'all all rappers or just some
we got
mixed
rappers,
singers,
we got singers, we got
some
producers,
poets,
and some poets. Yeah.
Wow.
and some engineers. Y'all got the whole
Yeah,
squad.
well, we teach ourselves self-sufficiency. Why pay somebody for a studio session if we can teach ourselves to do it? So most of us have 3 or 4 different tasks that we can do at any given time. So we are our engineers, are our producers, everything like
So everything is basically in-house.
In-house.
Right.
And that's what's up, man.
That's it. That is.
Yo,
Excellent.
that is
Excellent.
amazing.
They are doing that thing.
Yeah, like self-taught, and you got other people that you teaching too. That's amazing,
Each
man. You
one
should
teach
have
one.
like a tutor class or something like
How old are you?
internship
how
or
old are
something.
y'all guys?
I'm 21.
Okay.
Oh,
Shout out to you, brother. So,
Okay.
all y'all 20?
Okay. See,
Hey,
young guys.
young guys.
yeah, Morgan Bears too. And
Yeah.
Hey, Morgan. Let me find out.
Another bear in the house.
Also, another bear in
Shout
the
out
house.
to Morgan, yo. Let's see.
Shout it out.
Y'all
we
making
take
us
it all.
successful. Yo, we
what's
all
up.
gonna blow up, and Morgan gonna have to cut us a check though. I ain't gonna.
No, they want to check from us. What are you
Yeah.
talking about over
They
here?
want to cut me a check. You heard me?
Alumni Association trying to hit me up right
You know
now.
what I mean?
I feel you.
Man. So, what does being a member of the Avant Grenade Music Group means?
So Avant-Garde Music Group was founded by our manager, Neo G. He's from California, but he moved down to Houston, and he's messing with a lot of artists from down there. So what he's trying to build is like a lo-fi / boom bap type label, like a Raucous Records 2.0. That's his vision, and we down with the vision. And basically he will like contact producers or people from different states, and we would work with them, and he would help us. So if I get all the beats from my album, he'll handle the distribution and everything like that. So it's like a label / collective, but we our own thing too, but we under that umbrella.
Dang.
Wow.
Awesome.
So you like got 2 major groups, and you ever combine them into one massive group and just do a record label? Y'all ever thought about that?
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see the vision.
It's coincidental because we're just talking about black-owned media. And
Yeah.
this is, it's a
Young.
representation of it right here on the microphone. So it's like, man, this is powerful. See, it shows right there that young people could come together and produce something that's great.
Oh, yes.
This can happen. Y'all setting a great example for other young artists and stuff like that.
They're paying homage
Absolutely.
also, you know what I'm saying, to hip hop that they love.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a certain formula that goes with that.
When it comes to that, I feel like what KRS once said, people die so I could rhyme, so why should I grab a mic and waste my nation's time?
Hey.
Tell them about Chris, you know.
I was saying Supreme over nearly
You just
everybody.
killed the bar just now. Like, hey.
Tell him about Chris.
One thing about the soul.
That's what's up. You know what I
Man
mean?
just said,
You must
know what I
learn.
You must learn.
You have any events coming out or any music dropping soon?
Well,
projects?
I just dropped the album on Bandcamp. It's called Cypress Skills.
Okay.
You can stream it. It's $2 a copy for real, but you can stream it if you choose to do so. My brother Tajay right there, he just dropped his tape not too long ago, MDMA. Lil Web, when is your joint dropping?
My joint drops. I'll have 4 projects out before the summer comes in.
Wow.
Man,
nice.
grinding like the clips
Oh,
out.
gosh.
I won.
Grind.
The grind is
Nice. That's what's
The
up.
grind
man.
is
Get
real.
it in. Get it in, gentlemen.
I'm
Get it
also
in.
working on my new tape called No Win Theory, which should be dropping, I'm saying, before after the summer.
Well, you know what? You're going to have to just put you to the test, bro. Hey, Tony, I need you to mix me something up real nice because I'm about to stir it up. About to cook it up. It's freestyle time. Leg up.
1, 2, 1, 2. Hey yo. It's the beast from the east, no leash on my neck yet. Restless cause labels been sleeping, ain't cut that check yet. Hungry and hoping that God will show me the way, but I shouldn't expect nothing cause nowadays I don't pray unless I'm praying on the week. DBL is a squad, we the real, be more elite. Ain't nothing sweet, we rolling deep like 60 hitters, taking kicks off your feet. Shouldn't award them J's. Boys in the hood, Ricky crying, he just wanted to play. Shot in the back is a reaction to beef between different factions. The fact is people don't get it until they close to death. Up to par with the bar, spit it so hard that you hold your breath. If he dies, he dies. Ivan Drago, who's next? Step to the mic with a flow calmer than Obama. No, against the grill, so my DJ is no drama. I came to maim the opposition, but that is non-existent when you're in my position.
Oh.
I can keep going. It is what it is, bro.
Hey, man, you about to blow it, bro.
Shout out to Pitts,
Shout out to
Pit Fight
these
Battle League.
Wow.
Just killed it.
Oh, destroyed it.
Killed it, man.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yo, so shout out your Instagram, any of your SoundCloud, where
Burnt
people
it
can
down.
find your music, your next event, man. I gotta come see your
Got
show,
you.
man. All that,
Thank you. I
man.
appreciate the opportunity. D Skills Harris, so DSKILLZHARRIS. You can find me on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that. You type in D Skills Harris, all my stuff should come up. I'm mainly on SoundCloud.
Okay.
We do a summer show. It's gonna be the second the second time that we're doing this this summer. It's called Sounds from the Underground. So we have MCs, rappers, singers, dancers. We have all types of entertainers come through, and it's like a 4 to 5 hour long event. We outside, and it's like a big.
Yo, real
like jam
talk.
session
Let me
type.
know when that is, because I'm always looking for artists.
I got you. I'm gonna
always-
DM you the info.
Yo.
And it's not just Baltimore people too. We got people coming
Right.
from B-More, New York, North Carolina. It's gonna be lit.
Leg up.
Man, thanks for coming on the show. You definitely
Killed
spit
it.
that fire.
Thank you.
You know, but it was not just, it was lyrical. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It had substance in your lyrical matter. So
Thank you.
it was really good, man. And your crew, you brought your crew, y'all look like y'all raw, and y'all, you like to see
no, we
rock Wu-Tang.
you like to see you like to see the artistry at the
Oh,
core.
Wu-Tang.
You like to see the
We the
artistry
West
at the
Baltimore
beginning.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I love that.
Shout out to y'all.
So we about
Grinding.
to go to another segment of our show. We got the daily motivation coming up. We got Uncle T about to step up to the mic.
Come on through.
Come on through, Uncle T.
Hey, shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
I'm coming to see you, dog.
About to give y'all
So
some enlightenment.
before we get him on the microphone, I just want to tell our listeners what the daily motivation is. We like to close out our show with some inspiration and some motivation.
Hey,
so we
peace.
brought a positive brother, Uncle T. He does it like no other. Let's get on the mic and just encourage our listeners, Uncle T.
Uncle T in the house.
Hey.
Hey, man, look, first and foremost, man, it would not even be worthy of me if I do not thank these young brothers and sisters for inviting me.
Hey, man.
So, I mean, like, I tilt my hat to them. They like the educators, you hear me? They're our future.
Yeah.
But I just like to say that, look, you're never too old to learn. You're never too young to teach. Y'all heard the blessings and the lessons that came out this young generation. You know what I mean? Their mouths is just so powerful. They have to continue to know that their mouth, the words is power, and they create things. However, I want to bring, because this Black History Month, I want to quote a powerful quote from Martin Luther King. Bear with me here. He said that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. We live in such a time where the measure that you would be measured by would truly be in times of challenge and times of controversy. We must remember that, because this is where you will separate the men from the boys. This is where you will find out who's with you or who's against you. And for it to come from Martin Luther King Jr., we must understand that he must have faced this trial with people that was close to him. It is those that are close to you that can hurt you the worst. So look, leave with knowing this. I leave y'all with knowing this one truth. Be careful who you choose to be in your inner circle.
Right.
I'll repeat that. Be careful and extremely wise at who you choose to be in your inner circle, because there will come a time, trust me, there will come a time where their measure will be based on those principles. It's Uncle T, and I'm out. Keep it moving always.
Hey, shout out to you. But hey, man, that's so true, man. You just gotta pay attention to who's around you, man. And it's, Uncle T said it, said it right. We gotta pay attention to that. And I'm glad to have, a great core around me. Lady Merck, DJ Corral, Uncle T, Chef Tommy. This is H.A.N.D Radio at its finest right here. Right now. So every week, you will hear Uncle T giving that daily motivation, and this is just the first of many. So we want to just welcome you and welcome to H.A.N.D Radio, and we look forward to having
the jewels. Man, it's a blessing, man. Cause I mean, like, I got the Woolies band in front of you. And anybody that know me know, man, I'm pretty courageous, but I'm telling you, man. Being around geniuses, man, kind of like, but it's all good.
But we need to hear, all our listeners and the people that's in this room right now needed to hear that message. So without further ado, we're going to end the show. This your boy, RG.
It's your girl, Lady Merck in the house.
And this is DJ Corral.
And this is H.A.N.D Radio.
Till next time.
Bye.